Good morning, students. Our today's topic in the topic of design arrangements of apparatus for making measurements is experiment to determine melting point of a solid. So concentrate yourself. We are going to read it and trying to understand it through an example. So the example is measuring melting point of benzoic acid, a solid with a melting point of 122 degrees C. So we will conduct an experiment and read it and we'll understand it. So how to determine the melting point of a solid? So the procedure is insert a little finely powdered solid into a capillary tube. So look now, here is the capillary tube and you will put a powdered sample into the capillary tube. The next step will be tie the capillary tube to a thermometer. Ensure the solid is next to the bulb of the thermometer. So look now, the next point to be remembered is tie the capillary tube with the thermometer in such a way that the sample will be in parallel with the bulb of the thermometer. Then the next step will be set up the apparatus as shown below. So here is the setup now. So look now, this is the thermometer, this is the stirrer, this is the beaker in which paraffin oil will be put. This is the sample of the solid whose melting point is going to be determined, and here is the capillary tube. And here will be a Bunsen burner through which the paraffin oil will be heated. So the next step will be heat the beaker and its contents slowly using a low flame. So this is very important point. Do not heat the contents with a high flame, because then the heat will not be uniformly distributed, because the bottom will be heated up more as compared to the upper part of the contents. So heat the beaker and its contents slowly using a low flame. This is very important point. Then to make sure that the heat is uniformly distributed, stir the paraffin oil carefully with the help of the stirrer. So carefully stir the paraffin oil with the stirrer so that the heat is uniformly distributed. Note the constant temperature when the solid melts. So you have to keep an eye on the sample. So as you see the contents are going to be melted, note the temperature at the thermometer. So note the constant temperature when the solid melts suddenly and completely. So the conclusion is the temperature is the melting point of the solid, that is constant. So this is how we will determine the melting point of a solid. So I hope so this will be much more interesting and easy for you to understand now. This is very important question as far as your paper number 4 of chemistry is concerned. So read this lecture again, understand it, learn it, and make your notes. Thank you so much.